What is going on, everybody? Thank you for joining in today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to be talking about all things DC. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm actually taking a lot of inspiration off of Slickmoff, as he just did a video, I think 3 days ago. Don't quote me on that, but I think 3 days ago, that was talking about DC Fandom 2021. All things I apologize. DC, all things video game related, movie related, things that they were looking forward to. And I kind of drew a little bit of inspiration from that. And I stepped back and I went, okay, that intrigued me. Okay, what are things that I'm interested in? What are things that I'm looking forward to? What are things that I'm hoping for? What are things that, in all honesty, just inspire me to keep enjoying DC? What are things that are drawbacks? What are things that I don't like? What are things that I adore? What are things that are currently going on in the community that I wish would be fixed? And just moving forward. So we've got plenty of ideas to talk about today. We've got plenty of things to talk about. So feel free to sit back, relax, have a good time. If you do decide to join and you decide to ask any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. I'll get to them as soon as possible, and we'll go from there. I will be doing a Q&A based off of some of the responses that I've gotten over on Instagram, over on Twitter. Just some Q&As regarding DC, some things that people have asked me to specifically put into this live stream, knowing that it was going to be today, as well as what are things that I hope, moving forward as we are getting closer to the end of 2021? What are things that I'm hoping to look forward to 2022, 2023, and so on, beyond what has already been revealed and what has already been showcased, as well as things that are kind of in rumor state, things that are only in the beginning stages, as well as things that are probably never going to happen. So, without further ado, I would definitely like to get into the first topic, and that is actually DC Fandom 2021. So as of today, August 31st, 2021, DC Fandome, however you want to pronounce it, has came out and revealed the whole lineup. Now, some of the things I'm not particularly too fond about on, the overall aspect, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. However, there are things that I want to talk about immediately up front and truly excite me for DC Fandom or Fandome. One of those being The Batman. I know it is on everybody's hype list. It is a wide-known movie that is supposed to be coming out in March of 2022, and it is also a very, very skepticalized movie as of right now. Not a lot of people are sure about it. People are hyped for it, but not a lot of people are sure about it. Yes, the trailer was amazing. Is it something that I watched 70 billion times over? You're damn right I did. I watched it probably day in, day out for about 3 weeks straight. When it first came out, I was very intrigued by it, trying to point out the little things that came from here and there, a little bit of the sources that I have, knowing going into this movie, and saying, hey, what are things that I hope out of this movie? What are things that they're doing, showing at least, that I'm not particularly fond of? And what are things that may or may not be in the movie? And I want to talk about that for a second before we jump right into the whole delvation of the entire topic of the Batman. First off, I want to say that the Batman is, or Batman in general, is my favorite DC character of all time. I have a galore of list of characters that I love from the DC universe, or DC AMU, or DC EU, or whatever you want to call it. I have a roster of people that I'm always at a go-to, that I'm just very, very happy to be able to say, I adore this person because of this. However, the Batman has completely thrown that for a loop. It has given me, in a better way I should say, it has given me a better hindsight on what I want out of a Batman movie. And I'm going to say this right out of the gate, I don't believe that it is a Batman Begins situation. I think it is like we already know, it is a Batman Year 2. He's been Batman for about 2 years now, if not a little bit longer, probably about 2.5 years at this point. And the GCPD has a lot of corruption going on. They're not particularly fond of him, but they know he's there. They know that what he can do to an extent. They know what he's capable of to an extent. And they also know this is a person trying to do a job just as well as us. The corrupt Gotham and GCPD are not wanting to be a part of that. They do not want the Batman to be a vigilante protecting the city because they feel they can do it on their own while they're also being corrupt at the same time. But Batman, on the other hand, feels that if he doesn't do it, like any other Batman story, Gotham is doomed to fail. However, this trailer, whether or not you like it or whether or not it shows it, if you read between the lines, you're gonna see this is a broken Batman already, or this is a broken Bruce Wayne that has given up already. He is not here to play games. He is not here to try to sympathize with people. He's got a gritty, dark tone to him. He's wanting something vengeful out of this. He's going with a aggression, and he's not taking it kind-heartedly. He's doing what he's doing because he feels nobody else is getting the job done. At the end of the day, though, I think the trailer, in some aspects, showcased we are in for a real big treat on corruption that we may not have seen so far in the DCU or in any Batman film so far. And we're also in for a treat on what is a new character or a new actor bring to the table that said actors in the past have or have not brought to the table. I believe Robert Pattinson, out of everything that I agree with or disagree with about certain actors or certain actors' opinions about certain things, I definitely believe that Robert Pattinson has the ability to pull this off and be better than Christian Bale. Do I say that Christian Bale is the best Batman in the world? No. I will say that it is a tie between Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, and Batfleck. And I say that, and I'll get into that later towards the end of the video on who I think my best Batman is, specifically for various reasons later. But I think he has the ability to surpass at least two actors. I don't think he ever has the ability to pass Michael Keaton, and that's just because of the nostalgic fact about him. I think Michael Keaton was a better Bruce Wayne in some aspects in the first movie, and then a better Batman in the second movie. You may not agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. That's okay. That's your opinion. You have the right to your opinion. At the end of the day, though, what we've seen, I've seen a lot of hatred about. And I think that this upcoming trailer that we're going to get, especially with all the people that are going around claiming that they've seen the movie, and I'm going to put big air quotes right there. Big air quotes. Bigger than possibly anything I'm going to say in this video. And I say that with very, 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 very skeptical and logical reasoning. One, this movie comes out in March 2022. We are in August. Technically, tomorrow, or by the time that you watch this video, it'll be later in the year, whenever the case may be that you're watching this video. If you tune in today, it's going to be still August 31st, up until about 10 minutes from now, and then it's going to be September 1st. However, we are still about 6 months away, I believe, from March. You're telling me that an early screening of the movie so far has already been shown. It was 3 hours long, very dark, very gritty, which is all positive things that I'm hoping for. But this early on, I don't believe that whatsoever. I believe that there may have been people that have seen it in little snippets, but I don't believe that there is a single person that has seen this movie in its entirety, due to the fact that, one, if we are only just now getting our second trailer, and I'm going to jump back into my point here in a minute, but if we're only getting our second trailer here in October, and it's not leaked yet, or it's not been rumored how long it'll be, whatever the case may be, just yet, it is still quite a bit away. You still have a lot of things that you could fix. You still have a lot of feedback that you could get back from the fans, and you definitely have a lot of effects that you could work on, improvise, fix, otherwise improve on in any way, shape, or form. And I say that with the ability of doing so. Warner Brothers, you need to get your shit together, because if we have a disaster like Wonder Woman 84, where I don't believe this is going to be a dual release, I believe it's going to be exclusive release. However, if you have such a movie that is so bland in terms of characteristics, knowing that this is such an icon basically, and a role model for a lot of younger kids, a lot of fan readers, and a lot of people that take inspiration on the reason why they even like the DC universe in the first place, you could lose your track record right there. And any movie that you have outside of that, yes, it may not be canon with anything else, you're going to lose a lot of fans, especially with the whole event of Aquaman 2. And I'm getting off topic here, but you've already got a losing track record with a lot of things that Warner Brothers is doing. So I think that this movie being so far out still, and we're only getting our second trailer, they have a lot to improvise on. And I think what is going to happen, and I'm not saying this heavily like I know something, I'm saying this with a lot of grain of salt, but a lot of hope. I think that this movie is going to come out and it is going to blow people away if they really take the time and they really stick to what they know, stick to what the fans know, and definitely stick to how can we make this movie be one of the best movies that people go and watch, knowing the current global pandemic that we're currently in. Get them out of the house and go, damn, that was a great Batman movie, or damn, that was a great movie to get me back into the DC universe. Whether or not you like the Snyder Cut, whether or not you agree with anything that's going on, such as reboots, whatever the case may be, you have to understand Batman will always be the center of the DC universe, and Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, and Thor will always be, in some degree, the main focus of what you say. Hey, I know that person about Marvel. I know this person about the DC universe. A lot of people know Superman, a lot of people know Wonder Woman, but then you go outside of the DC universe like that, and people start to lose track of, like, okay, who's this person? I don't know who that is. But on Marvel's side of the spectrum, you have people that know Yellow Jacket, Ant-Man, Wasp. You've got these, Shang-Chi, I should say, and you've got Black Widow, Hawkeye. You've got all these characters that people know because that's what they grew up with. Yes, you may have a good bit of people that know people outside of the Justice League or the main three or the Trinity or the, whatever the case may be. But when it comes to, like, people knowing a lot about Black Canary, or let's say Gorilla Grodd, or let's say Black Adam, people start to lose track right there. People don't really know who those people are, and they kind of start to fall down, and they go, okay, well, I really only know, like, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And those three people are the main reason why the DC universe has kept its thrivality. And I say that not in terms of, oh, they just need to keep pushing out these movies and it's gonna work for the DC universe. I say that because that's just the way that the marketing went when these characters came out. People were drawn to them, and that was about it. So I think that this trailer that is going to come out is going to blow people away and show people this is a movie to get yourself back into. This is a movie that we need to introduce people into and go, this is what we want out of the Batman, and this is what we see moving forward as being our Batman. Now, technically, like I've said, it's not canon to anything that's going on in the DCEU. However, at some point, if it receives well enough, it could be, if they try to work some things around. However, the current state of the DC universe is not that great, and there's some things that they need to fix, but we're not going to get into that. This is an all positive view. Obviously, some negative opinions can be shared, but we're looking at the best outlook. So with the latest release of the most watched trailer of all time of a Spider-Man No Way Home, introducing the multiverse aspect, I think the Batman, needs a one-up on that. I don't think it needs to overdo it. I don't think that's even possible at this point. However, I do want to see some competitiveness. I need to see something. I need to see Warner Brothers go, you've got this trailer, I've got this trailer, and we're competing. That's what is good marketing. That is what's good companies do. They thrive off of each other. Okay, you're doing this, we're doing this as well. Take some inspiration. Obviously, in those two categories, they're mainly Marvel's way up here and DC's way down here. But I think the Batman and a couple other movies that I'll get into definitely has a chance to bring that hype level up and go, you know what, there might be a chance where we can one day go here. But DC's here and Marvel's here, or maybe even tied. I don't see it for the next 5 to 10 years that Marvel will be below DC unless DC pulls something out the bag. But again, this is all positivity. I hope to see that in the future. There's never a dull moment that needs to be wasted. You never need to waste those moments. You never need to go, okay, well, Marvel's doing this, so there's no way we can do that. I don't care. I don't need you to do something like that. Like take Endgame or Infinity War, for instance. I don't need that right away. Build up to that. That's why they have what they have. They have success because of building and the worlds that they create, and they mesh them all together given the correct timing. If you throw in a movie and a movie and a movie and then you go, okay, that's it, here's your big Endgame event, it's probably going to fall on your face, probably due to bad directmanship, bad script, people not wanting to be involved correctly, or people just chopping and butchering the movie, or again, it's going to be the rush effect. It's not building anything, it's not setting anything up. However, I do hope for a positive outlook within the 5 to 10 years from now that DC actually steps up their game and they go, you know what, we're not trying to be Marvel, We're not trying to see what we can do to beat Marvel. We're trying to be our own universe, and we're trying to do our own thing, and we're going to let the community thrive off of that. But if you keep making stupid decisions, Walter Hamada, and I'm only going to say that once, you're not going to thrive very well. You need to take the ownership that you have, and you need to take a very different outlook on the things that you have. Do I think that the lineup that we have so far is amazing? From what they're talking about at DC Fandome and what they've revealed is going to be there, minus the surprises that they've obviously got, I have a high possibility that this could be the biggest event of the year, if not of all year, besides obviously Spider-Man No Way Home. But we're not talking about Marvel here. This will be a separate video, or that'll be a separate video. So going back to the Batman, I really hope to see them step up the game. I really hope to see them bring in a fresh take on the Batman. Obviously, because it's Batman Year 2, I hope to see a very basic version of a Batman that doesn't quite have everything together, but understands to a degree, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is my goal, this is my purpose, and I want to see him fail, and I want to see him have flaws, I want to see him have anger issues, I want to see him not have it together. If I see a perfect Batman, it's obviously going to be ruined, because that's not the case. You cannot be perfect, nor will anybody be perfect, even in a fictional world, right out the gate. And especially in real life, you will never be perfect. There will always be flaws. There will always be mistakes that are made. So I want to see that. I want to see that grittiness of, I fucked up. Now I have to deal with my consequences, or I messed up here. And if I would have taken a different outlook on it, or taken a step back, it could have been prevented, resolved, or done differently. And I think that's what we need. I think we need a Batman that is flawed, but has a drive and has a motive, and I think that this is what Matt Reeves is giving us, because Matt Reeves is not alone in partaking in giving Robert Pattinson the go-ahead to be the Batman. It's also Christopher Nolan. It's also a lot of people backing him. People are not looking at the fact that he played in Twilight. People are looking at the fact that he played in like The Lighthouse, or the latest movie that he was just in. Can't even remember the name off the top of my head. Anywhere where time is like reversed. However, those two movies just right off the top of my head just instantly go, that's some damn good acting. Okay, we're in for a treat. And if Christopher Nolan gave him the heads up and the go ahead and was like, look man, just do you, bring it your A game, you got it. And I believe it's there. I really do. I believe it's there. And I believe with the cast that is in the movie, we're definitely on track to seeing one of the best, if not the best version of Batman, if they do it correct. Obviously, there's going to be a trilogy, so if it does well enough, let's keep our fingers crossed on a trilogy. But that's what I want to see. I want to see progression. I don't want to see the Joker right out of the gate. If you're going to do a Joker story, keep that for the second or third movie. Obviously, don't copy The Dark Knight. Don't make the second movie all about Joker. I want a Rogues Gallery movie. You have so many villains. Right now we're focusing on Paul Dano as the Riddler. I think that is great. We haven't seen the Riddler in many, many years. And I think that the interpretation that is going for us, especially given all the reviews that are being talked about, whether they're fake or not, are giving high positivity to Paul Dano's Riddler. So I'm hoping to see a lot of positivity out of this movie and a lot of benefits moving forward, going, this is what we did right, maybe some things that we did wrong, and how do we improve upon the things that we did right, and especially on the things that we didn't do right. And I think that this movie, like I said again for the 4th millionth time, it has the track, it has the record, it has the ability to make records, or break them at least, and be the best, be one of the best, if not the best, Batman movie that there is. And moving on from that, we're going to talk about another movie that I'm very excited for. However, we are not getting a trailer. We're only getting a first look. It may be a teaser. It may be a teaser trailer. But it's not a full-blown trailer. However, that's Black Adam. And I'm very excited about that, chat. I'm really excited about I'm really looking forward to seeing Dwayne Johnson as a superhero. Not just in the fact that, oh man, it's just Dwayne Johnson. You know, he's just doing him. No, this is something that Dwayne Johnson has been working forward for, I think, about 10 years now to try to get to be behind, and knowing that Black Adam is now in this universe, Shazam is already in this universe. At some point, they're going to meet up and they're going to clash. Hopefully, with Henry Cavill involved, where we have a Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam movie at some point. But you know, that's in the far, far future. That at this point, it's so far in the future, it's beyond the outlook on scale, on what can we even imagine. That's more of an imagination rather than implication that it's really going to happen. I don't think for the next 5-6 years it's going to happen. I really don't. But back to Black Adam, I really hope for the best for this movie. Not knowing a lot about Black Adam per se, I know a good bit. I hope that they get a lot of the lore correct. I really do. And knowing that Black Adam is not just your generic superhero. He's not even a superhero. He's your anti-hero. And knowing that, it seems like a lot of movies that try to go for that anti-hero effect either go one of two routes. Either you're a full-blown hero and you do some bad things and like your conscience catch-ups to you. So by the end of the movie, you're like, oh no, I'm a superhero. Or B, you have a Deadpool effect on where it's like, I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. I don't care. I'm just doing this for me, and at the end of the day, I'm only doing this for me. Unlike Deadpool 2, where you had the redemption arc, which I loved. I'm not saying I didn't like Deadpool or Deadpool 2, but I hope for that. I hope for the I don't care, you're in my way. I have a goal I have to accomplish, no matter if it's done the right or the wrong way. And I'm really looking forward to that. And knowing that's coming, it's going to be a hell of a journey. Knowing that at some point, Zachary Levi and Dwayne Johnson are going to have to meet up, or Shazam and Black Adam are going to have to meet up, and they're going to go, look man, get the fuck out of my way. It's over. And I'm really looking forward to it. And at the end of the day, it's my second most hyped movie that I am definitely looking forward to. And I don't want to spend too much time on each movie, unlike I did with the Batman, and I do apologize about that, chat. But each thing we don't really have a lot of information off of, besides set photos, set leaks on 4chan, which are to be taken with a grain of salt, things that are taken over on Reddit, again with a grain of salt, or things that are coming directly from the actor or actresses that have played their part in the movie, currently wrapping the filming of a movie, yada yada yada. There are things that you have to take into consideration. Not everything is going to happen. Not everything is going to make it into the movie. There are things that obviously get cut out. And I don't want to speak too much on Black Adam because there's not really a lot of information. That's why I'm hoping for DC Fandome to really give us something to go, okay, that movie's coming out soon. Maybe not really soon, but I believe it's coming out next year, maybe 2023 at the latest. But what is something to keep them intrigued or to go, this is on the horizon. This is what you need to look out for. And besides Atom Smasher and Black Adam, there's not really a lot of people that we know are in the movie. I don't have everybody that's in the cast of the movie, so I don't know right off the top of my head who is all in it. I do generally keep up with all that, but there's just so much going on right now that it's hard to keep focus on everything. However, I'm really looking forward to it. Third movie I'm really looking forward to, and again, we're only going to get our first look. Hopefully it'll be something completely different than what we got last year, and I'm saying that in very big air quotes as something different from last year, and that is The Flash. And I put this as my third most hyped movie instead of up there at the first. Obviously, nothing is going to surpass Batman for me, even though there are two Batman in this movie, which have been confirmed as Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. However, and I'm gonna say this lightly, chat, so please do not hate me. If you want to follow me on Instagram and then tweet me or whatever you want to attack me, that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. And I love that. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what are things that I can do on a different outlook. What are things that I can go, okay, I see your opinion, and I agree with it, which I always do. I'm not going to say your opinion is bad and, fuck that, only my opinion matters. I'm not saying that. My opinion matters just as much as your opinion. At the end of the day, it's just an opinion. It's also perspective. So you don't have to agree with everything that I agree with, nor do I have to agree with everything you agree with. But I do want that feedback. So if you could, feel free. Twitter and my Instagram are linked down below, or they will be linked down below. So you will have a chance to be able to DM me, tweet me, whatever the case may be, give me your feedback. However, last year at DC Fandome, we only received concept art of the Flash movie. Partially, one of those showed a new suit. One of those showed a new suit, technically, again, with Michael Keaton kind of standing in the background. As of now, as of August 31st, well, September 2nd, now that we're into, or September 1st, I should say, now that we're into September, the 4 main all-stars that we have of this movie. We have Ezra Miller as the Flash, which may or may not be doing something else, which I'll circle back around to at the end. We have Ezra Miller as the Flash. We have Michael Keaton returning as a Batman, as his version of the Batman. Let me get that correct. We have Batfleck, that is canon, technically, with Ezra Miller. We also have Supergirl. For the first ever time in live action, ever, in a movie-wise of a multiverse spanning what we have now. Has there been live-action interpretations of a Supergirl? Yes, obviously we have the show, which, based off of your opinion, or may not be your opinion, it's a okay show. We also have a version of Supergirl that was back in the early 2000s that I believe was just a show, if not a movie. And then we also have the cartoon versions, which are not live action, versions of that character in multiple shows. However, this is the first ever live action Supergirl that is bringing something new to the table. And I'm definitely confident in Andy Muschietti, if that's how you pronounce it. Please don't attack me on butchering his name, but if that's how you pronounce it, or Andy is what I'm going to say. He's bringing something new. He's bringing this multiverse event in, and he's going, we've got the clash of all the worlds going on right now. So we're bringing something new to the table. That's what I want to see. I want to see Batfleck. Obviously, I'm a huge Batfleck fan. It doesn't look like it because of all my Marvel in the background, but that's okay. I don't have everything in view as of right now. However, Batfleck is very much a good Batman for me, and I'm not going to spoil anything for the end of the video. Like I said, I'm going to get into who is my favorite Batman out of every single Batman, including Nipples, George Clooney, including that version. I'm going to break down why I love said character, why I love this version, why I love this version, what I don't, what I do like. However, I want to see Batfleck interact with Michael Keaton. I want to see that. I want to see that connection. I want to see that bond. I don't want to see a revealing moment of the movie that goes, oh shit, well, okay, that was the biggest highlight of the movie. Don't think they're going to do that because we're only getting our first look. However, definitely want to see some interaction. And I also want to see some interaction with Ezra Miller with Michael Keaton. This is not a Batman that we're familiar with in this universe, at least. I grew up with him, as well as a lot of people grew up with Michael Keaton as their Batman. Or even if you didn't, you grew up watching said Batman. And you may or may not like that version of the Batman, and that's okay. However, this Batman needs to have a lot of interactability. And knowing that there's also a Supergirl, I need to see one of the Batman, or even the Flash, go, oh shit, there's somebody else. I thought there was only Superman. And now we've got Supergirl. What's going on? You know, I want to see that, like, breaking down moment of, like, there's something that happened that I, or maybe I didn't partake in, that these people are coming back involved. And That's what I'm hoping for. I don't want to see concept art. I really don't. I don't want to see concept art not unless it's full fleshed out, final design concept art that is definitely 100%, or I should say 110%, making it into the movie. I don't want to see anything that's rough draft, anything that's, you know, a little bit limited to, or if not, a semi-rough draft or something that doesn't really show a lot of detail. So far, we've seen 3 suits. We've seen Supergirl's, we've seen Ezra Miller's suit, and I'm going to say this with huge parentheses again, this is going to be a common thing throughout this video, chat. I've seen a lot of photos, not the leaked photos that were out on Batman on the Bipod, or Batpod I should say, but I've seen a leaked version of the Batflex suit that is now updated and kind of has a gold trimming around the bat symbol. I've seen that. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's 100% real or anything of that nature, so don't attack me in the comments, but I've seen it. It's currently floating around. If you want to find it, I'm pretty sure it's pretty hard to find now because I only saw it for one day and I've actually not been able to see it again. However, I do have it saved, so if the time comes that it is correct, I'll be sure to let people know about it. That's I'm not looking for concept art. If I see a 30-second trailer, teaser, whatever the case may be, of just Ezra Miller running as the Flash, and he just meets the Batman, or, you know, sees Batfleck, or is talking to somebody, that's fine by me. That gives me something. But concept art is only going to last for a couple days, and people are going to nitpick every damn thing that's in that until it is melt dry within the first 30 seconds of it, and within 3 or 4 days, damn near everybody in the world is going to know everything about that suit or that concept art or whatever the hell it may show. And then it's no fun. And then after a couple days, the hype's going to die out, and then you're going to go, okay, well, I need something else at the beginning of the year, or I'm going to need something else now. That being said, I don't want too much reveal. This movie is still quite a while away. We still have quite some time going until this movie is done filming. As well as we have a long time to go until this movie is even out. So save your best and most important things for later, if not in the movie. And I'm fine with that. Just give me something that's going to go, wow, for a year or so, or for 6 months I can continue to keep watching that and maybe point out something new every single time. That's just my take. Let me know down below what you guys think about it once this video gets posted, or if you decide to join on in. Please feel free to let me know your thoughts and opinions. And if you do like this video, make sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Trust me, I'll get back to you. So, moving forward with movies that are interesting to me or I'm hyped for, but are not live action movies. And I'm saying that live action. So, we have the Injustice movie that is supposedly supposed to come out in October 2021. An Injustice movie is something I have been waiting on for so long, chat, that you have no damn idea how long it's been that I've been wanting this damn movie. Ever since Injustice 1 came out, I immediately knew there's something behind this. Never got it. Obviously the games were very well received, and I love them to this day. Still play them. Obviously they're not showing up on the screen, and I have Batman currently up right now because once we get towards the end of the video, or at some point, we're going to play a little bit of Batman and just show you. I've beaten the game 120%. I'm going to just show you what all I've done, and Batman Arkham Knight is just my baby right there. Like, I just love Batman Arkham Knight. I have Batman Return to Arkham, both of the games. I do not have Batman Arkham Origins, and I know I'm delving off the point here, but we're going to play a little bit of that, so this might be a little bit of a let's play as well, but that'll be closer towards the end of the video, if not at the very tail end of the video, just for a little bit, just to end off the video, just so we have something else to do, just to keep you guys entertained. However, the Injustice 2 game, and I'm going to say this very lightly, I loved it, but I also hated it at the same exact time. I loved it graphically, I loved it character roster wise, and I loved it design wise, in terms of character customization, in terms of how the characters looked, and in terms of layouts of the maps, the fighting arenas, and just the overall graphical standpoint of the story. Notice how I did not say the story. I do not give two shits about the Injustice 2 storyline. I think there was a lot of moving potential at the very beginning. It got towards the second half of, or second act of what would be the video game, and it just fell off. It was like, okay, now start picking this person and this person. This person has a different outplay than this person, yada yada yada. And it just felt like it just took too many turns in a bad way. And then you get to the end of the game and it's like, wow, that's really cool. Spoilers for anybody that has not seen it and or played it and or would like to be reserved, please skip about 50 seconds from now. But the whole fight with Brainiac and Batman and Superman, I thought was wonderful. I loved that to death. And I thought that was actually a very intriguing part of the game. And then as soon as you beat Brainiac, it's like, okay, now we're going to go back to fighting each other, because fuck that. We don't have anything else to do. You know, we still don't agree upon things. Even though we just took out the biggest bad of the game, you know, that's decimated all these people, and Clark, you know, took over the mothership and he tried to fix everything. Spoilers, he didn't again, but... And then you just go right back into fighting, and then it had this little, like, duality moment where it was like, I miss the people that we used to be. And then they go to beating the shit out of each other, and I was just like, you could have ended it right there at the Brainiac fight. But that's all I'm going to say about the spoilers. But story-wise, once it ended, I was not impressed to go back and go, you know what, because I picked this person, let me go back and pick this person. No. Once I completed the game and I got Power Girl's suit, I did not care whatsoever. I started playing online and online only, and it's still that way. I have not touched the campaign in probably a year or 2 years. And I'm not saying that it's the worst campaign I've ever played, because there are some games that I've played that I'm like, wow, that's really shitty. However, it is one of those games that, like, once you get out of rhythm of playing a button by button smasher game, is what I'm going to call it, or a Mortal Kombat-esque fighting game in that genre of just button smashing and combo fighting and all that shit. Once you get out of it for about 4 or 5 weeks, and let's say you play like Apex or Call of Duty Warzone or whatever the case may be, you kind of learn to be in more rhythm of other games, and then you have to transition your mind into getting back into that set mentality. And because it's been about a year, 2 years, it's so different to play the campaign rather than to play online multiplayer. Because in multiplayer, you read and you feel for people and what they're doing, and then in the campaign, it's like you have no idea what these AI bots are going to do, especially once you get later into the game. Brainiac can be a bitch to fight, and I say that very lightly, because I hated that fight. Hated it to death. But I digress. I still think that it was very graphical in terms of beauty and character roster wise. And I think it's just one of those games where it's like, you got what you got. You're not getting anything else. I don't think Injustice 3 is coming anytime soon. And I'm going to say that very, very heavily. But I do anticipate this movie, Injustice animated movie, to be very good. I hope for the best for it. I really do. I hope that this movie can really go, you know what, we've got all these DC AMU movies or DC animated movies. Let's throw Injustice in there. Obviously, it's not of the same animation as some of the others, as well as the newest reboot of the animation that we've gotten so far, such as The Long Halloween, World War II Justice of Society, whatever you want to call that. You know, that's just like its own thing. That's its own animation, you know, inside of its own thing. And then DC's Injustice movie is not canon, as far as I'm aware, to any of the DC AMU that's currently going on. I think it's a current standalone. It may have some tie-ins, or it may have some references to some things that are going on in the background, or things that are moving forward that we don't know yet, or it may be tied to a little bit of some of the things that we've seen so far, but I don't think it'll be entirely connected, especially with the animation that's going on. But I am really looking forward to this game, and movie, I should say, and I think it has the ability to be a very well received animated movie, especially with the recent release of Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2, especially Part 2, because in my opinion, I think Part 2 being R-rated, though it wasn't very graphic or anything of that nature, it definitely showed you can push the limits a little bit, and you can definitely make a movie what you want it to be, given the right characteristics or given the right stature of what you need to do with it. I think this movie, if it's R-rated and it truly shows what happens in the beginning of the first game, and it goes through those events, I think it can be up there. That's all I'm going to say. I think it has the ability to be up there. Let me know down below what you guys think. I think that it has the ability to do it, chat. I really do. I think it has the ability to do it, and I'm going to be surprised if it's shitty. I'm really going to be surprised if it's shitty. If it's a bad movie, I don't think it'll be because of animation. I think animation can throw things off, but I don't think it has to do with the movie. I think story and plot and script always have to do with the movie. If you have an actor that puts in his all, but he's not given a good script, you're only going to get so much. Take Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. You take Adam Driver's Kylo Ren, whether you like him or not, from The Force Awakens all the way to The Rise of Skywalker. He did have character improvements, and he definitely transitioned to be one of my favorite characters of that entire trilogy. However, The Rise of Skywalker was so damn bad that even he could not carry the weight of that entire movie on his back. He would literally have crippling depression and probably in the ER as a vegetable for the rest of his life. And I say that because he gave it his all, especially with the redemption arc in that movie, especially with everything that's going on currently with not really knowing how to perceive Star Wars. Kylo Ren did his best to go, you know what, that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you my best. If the movie's shit, at least I did it. At least I did my part, and I did better than what I was, told to do so, or what this said to do. And I think that movies like DC have that ability. You take Batfleck or whatever the case may be, or Gal Gadot, even if the script is not good, you know that those characters are still going to bring their A game to the character, because that's what's going to make them be them. People are recognized and idolized by the roles that they play, and if they do a well enough job, even if the movie's not perceived well, you're still going to have that recognition of, oh, well, at least this person did this, or at least this person said this that was like, wow, that was really good. I think it has that ability to go, you know what, we gotta knock this out of the park. We gotta, fuck a home run. We gotta knock it out of the ballpark, and we gotta go, this is what we want from a movie that's very inspired by a game and very inspired by novels and graphic novels, obviously. And let's interpret it. And let's make it real. Let's make it animated. And if it does well enough, I could see within the next 10 to 15 years a live action Injustice movie. Would I want to see that? You're damn right. Your boy wants to see it. Your boy wants to see an Injustice movie live action. It would be sad though, because there's no current live action Joker that I'm actually too fond of as of right now. And I'm not saying that as I don't like Joaquin Phoenix or Jared Leto. There's not a lot of things about Jared Leto that I cared about up until the Snyder Cut, which even in the 5 minutes that he was in, I loved it, but that's not enough to make me go, put him in a movie and you're solid. That's just not it. I loved the Snyder Cut. Loved the Snyder Cut. It had its flaws, just as well as any movie does. But I think that Jared Leto in the Snyder Cut definitely did a really good job at what he was given for the 5 seconds of fame that he had. However, Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie sold instantaneously. Like, that was a damn good movie. Loved it. Loved it to death. But he's not canon to the DCEU or the DCU in any way, shape, or form. It is a Black Series movie, and that's it. That's it. That it's not coming. It's not going to be with Matt Reeves' Robert Pattinson or Pattinson or Battinson, whatever you want to call him, movie. It's not ever going to tie in. Nothing. It will never tie into that. Not unless Warner Brothers can go, you know what? Throw him in there. And even that would be the stupidest move that I've ever heard. But let me know what you think, chat. Having a little bit of voice problems today. Not feeling too well, chat. But that's okay. So the next thing that I want to move on to, non-live action. Again, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it is called DC Supers. I think, or Superdog. I could be wrong. I'm excited for that. I'm actually excited for that because we haven't seen a Crypto in a long time. We've got Crypto currently in Titans, which I'm gonna get to Titans later on in the show, in this video. And trust me, I have my positives and my very little negatives about Titan Season 3 so far, whether or not my opinion is with yours or not. But we're going to get into that, and yes, we will be talking about Crypto in that. But I'm excited to see an animated version of Crypto. I'm not excited to see it portrayed by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm not excited by that. I will tell you that. I don't think that he will convince me to go, that is Crypto right there. No, I just can't. I can't see it. There's no way. Every time I hear Dwayne Johnson, I go, it's either The Rock, Moana, or it's just insanity of the things that he does. Not Crypto though. Not Crypto whatsoever. But I'm excited nonetheless. Another movie I'm really excited about is Batman the Caped Crusader. And that is a take on Batman Year One by Bruce Timm, who did the Batman the Animated Series, as well as Justice League, as well as Justice League Unlimited, the TV shows, of course. Also has some connections or tie-ins with the newest and latest, I should say the latest, comic book run of Batman the Animated Series Season 2 comic book run that features Zatanna and a couple other people. He also did, if I'm not mistaken, Justice League versus the Fatal Five movie that came out, I think, a couple of years ago, which was not a bad movie. Jessica Cruz as a Green Lantern was definitely really well perceived. I really like that. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Catwoman Hunter, I believe is the name. I'm excited for it. Another Catwoman movie. However, with the Batman The Long Halloween, with the recent passing of... Who do we have here? Who do we have here, chat? Damn, can't even find it. Who all we got here? Naya Rivera. Hopefully I did not butcher her name. With the recent passing, or the latest passing earlier this year of... Maybe it was this year. Maybe it was last year. I apologize about that. That was saddening. It was great to hear her voice, and it was great to know what she was doing. As well as, her portrayal as Catwoman was really good. I really liked that. I really liked that Catwoman. I really did. And I'm not bullshitting. I think that Selena Kyle was really good. It was very unfortunate that we lost yet another person. Especially due to the morbid and tragic events that took place of her passing. But it was great to hear that, and knowing that that was a good Selena Kyle that we received. I'm hoping that we get it again. I really am. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed, chat. I'm really hoping. Sorry for drinking so much water again. My voice is, it is killing me right now, chat. So, I don't know if I really want to move on to this topic right now. I think I know I said I wanted to save Batman Arkham Knight for later on in the video, but I really, in all honesty, I kind of want to play a little bit and just have a little bit of chat going. You know, just play a little bit, interact. You know, I don't know. Man, I don't know about that. Or better yet, we could take a transition here for a couple minutes, and you know what? We're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna do this Q&A. So all people that I have all these questions about, I have asked privately, sent a personal DM or PM. Wow. I've asked, do you want to remain anonymous or not? Unfortunately, all of them said anonymous, but that's okay. That's okay. Your privacy will be kept. You don't want to be a part of this? That's fine. However, when you go back and you watch this video, you will know who you are, said person. And I'm not going to point out any names, but I do have a list of things, but I've got some questions that I'm going to read out, and I want to hear your feedback. And I've had 2 days to really think about these, because I've been asking this for about a week now, privately, and I didn't share this anywhere on any social media that I was going to be doing this video up until 2 days ago, or technically yesterday. That I was like, hey, you know what? Let's talk about it. Again, this came from inspiration from Slickmoth, from his DC fandome video, so it just gave me a little bit of a bright idea to go, hey, let me get my opinions out there. So one person that came directly from Instagram said, with your interpretation of Batman being specific, do you think that we will receive another Batman within the next 10 to 15 years that will beat my specific version? And again, I'm going to save my version of the Batman that I genuinely love towards the end of the video, but I'm going to say this with very non-obvious answers. I think that said person will not be able to play Batman for forever, and knowing that the future state of Batman is kind of up in the air as of right now, it's unlikely that this person would want to play Batman for another 10 to 15 years, especially after the disheartening treatment that he's received and the judgment that he's had and all the things that he's gone through. It's insane that he's even still wanting to be a part of the project. So, you know, we never know. That's my take on it. Another fan asked, or another person that I follow and follows me back had asked, with Henry Cavill's contract being unsure as of right now with the DCEU, what do you think that his return might be for the Flash movie? I do not think that it is likely, and I'm going to say that real quickly. I think if he does return, it's not really going to be him. It'll be more like a Shazam moment at the end, where he just kind of showed up and it was just like from the neck down. I think it'll be another moment like that. I would hate for that to happen. But I do not see them going, because especially with the contract of Henry Cavill not being out there, and it's not known on who is really going to be Batman, or I should say Superman. Now it's kind of up in the air. There are talks of a black Superman, which, as long as it's Val Zod, will be okay. But if it's what they're talking about replacing Henry Cavill as a black Clark Kent, I've got my mixed feelings on that. And it's not due to the fact he's black, it's just Clark Kent's not black. So there's multiple renditions of Superman, such as Steel, Val Zod. You got all these interpretations that you could do. Warner Brothers, you need to get your shit together. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you need to get your shit together. Another fan asked, who is my favorite Flash between the animated universe, live action, and or comics? Oh, that's tough. And I still have not given my opinions on this thoroughly, because I've actually still been thinking on it, on what do I want to say. Out of Barry Allen, Bart Allen, Kid Flash, Reverse Flash, Godspeed, which isn't technically Barry Allen or anything. It's its own person. Zoom, all the animated version, such as Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, Ezra Miller's Barry Allen. I'm gonna have to go with Bruce Timm's Justice League / Justice League Unlimited Flash. There was just something about, as well as the DC AMU movies, there's something about his charisma that we have not seen live action, at least in my interpretation, of snarky, comedic, funny, quirky, doesn't have his shit together type of guy. But, you know, he's ladies' man, so he's going to be falling heads over heels for that Wonder Woman or that Hawk Girl and that, you know, these babes, I guess. And we just don't have that. You know, I'm not saying that he needs to be a pervert or whatever, or he needs to be infatuated with women to get the point across. But he needs to be quirky. He needs to be a goof. He needs to be a goof, chat. He needs to be a goof. And that's what I want. I want a goofball. I want a dorky, messy hair, late to work, not having his shit together type of Flash. Not this, oh, I know everything, I've got everything figured out, I'm a, you know, yada 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 yada. I don't want that. So I'm gonna read this question off, and I'm gonna go ahead and immediately say I think it was a weird question that I got asked, but that's okay. What? Chat, you're gonna love this one. What is my take on the Lois Lane pregnancy in the Snyder Cut? And if you have not seen the Snyder Cut, I suggest you stop what you're doing right now. I don't care what time it is. You make 4 hours of your day. I don't care if it's broken up. I don't care if it's in the span of a month. You figure out 4 hours to go watch that damn movie. Even if you don't like Zack Snyder, you need to go watch that movie, chat, because there's something special. And I promise you, if I could watch it on here, if I could stream it on here, I would. I would get you guys to watch it. I would want you guys to watch that movie, even if you don't like it, even if you think, oh well, it's whatever. Go watch the movie, please. Please go watch the movie. And I'm not campaigning like I'm sponsored by Zack Snyder's, hashtag Restore the Snyderverse. I support it, but I'm not campaigning through them. I'm not marketed through them. I'm not using their ads or anything. Just go watch the movie. However, in that movie, there was a scene where Lois gets out of bed and she opens up a drawer, or I think a box, and there's a pregnancy test. It doesn't show anything. However, we already knew that in the forthcoming movies, Zack Snyder revealed Lois Lane was going to be pregnant with Batman's kid. And not getting into too many spoilers, Batman was going to die in the third movie by sacrificing himself. Basically, the new Batman would have already been born, or the new whatever would have been born, and then would have grown up to see this is what your father did. Be like him, or don't be like him. My take on that, I don't like it, chat. I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. Lois Lane is supposed to be with Clark Kent, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, let's get into some more questions, chat. We'll try not to kill our throat as we're pushing on. We're doing what we can, chat. So another fan asked, do I think that we will see Power Girl in the next upcoming movies of the DC future slate, or do we think that she will be in any additional movie as a supporting character and or cameo, or do we expect to not see her until Warner Brothers gets their shit together? And that is exactly as it's worded. And I'm going to say this, and this isn't being sexualized or anything of that nature, but Power Girl is very bulbous in the chest area and is very known for the sexualization of that character. I don't think we're going to see her for quite some time, if ever. And I say that in a live action standpoint. I don't think we could ever see it, especially with a lot of things going on, and I'm not going to get into it, but I just don't see it. I really don't. Animated wise, yeah, give it to me. That's what I want to see. I want to see additional characters. I want to see these characters. But I'm just one person out of 7 billion, chat. I can't make the rules. I don't make the rules. If I did, a lot of things would be fixed. I promise you that. I have millions of pages that I write that I go, I would change this. This is what I want from DC, yada, yada, yada. You would be surprised on a lot of the things that I have, chat, that I go, this is what I want. This is what I want, chat. But do I think we'll see it? No. Another question that I have that is not DC, and I'm going to answer it on this live stream. It is actually a Marvel question. And again, like I said at the very beginning of the video, I'm going to do a Marvel video like this later on, well before Spider-Man No Way Home comes out. Probably before DC Fandome, around the beginning of October, and get it out. And hopefully you'll join me there. And, we'll share our opinions. But that's for a later date. But this question can and will be answered on this live stream. What is my take on WandaVision? Oh, my take on WandaVision is I still think it is the best damn Disney Plus series so far. Besides Loki. I think Loki and WandaVision are very competitive right now. And I say that with a lot of respect. I loved WandaVision. There was something about WandaVision that I just purely adored. And I have yet to get that from another Disney Plus series. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to save this question. And better yet, I'm going to circle it right now. And I'm going to save that for my live stream video about why I love WandaVision so much. And partially, it's due to Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch / Wanda Maximoff. I love that. Loved it to death. Got one more question that I'm going to answer, and then we're going to dive back into things that I want out of the DC fandom, or things that are coming that I want to talk about. And this one's a good question. This one's a good one because it's actually going into my next topic. That's why I saved it. What are my thoughts on the upcoming slate of the video game universe that is being developed by WB Montreal / Rocksteady for the upcoming slate of 2022? And if you don't know what that is, the upcoming games for Rocksteady and WB Montreal are Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League and Gotham Knights. So this particular question actually included Gotham Knights, which I'm going to talk about first. I am very excited, and it may not look chat, but I am very excited for Gotham Knights, and I'll get into Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League here in a minute. But Gotham Knights, I am excited as hell. I am excited. I have my worries due to the recent failure. Shouldn't say recent. I should say yearly failure that we've had with Marvel's Avengers, which I still do play. I still play it on PS5. But I made the mistake, chat, and I'm gonna show this on live stream. I made the mistake, chat. I bought the $200 edition. I don't know if you can see back there. It says Marvel's Avengers back there. Yeah, right there. Paid $200 for that, chat. $200. We messed up here in the geek fan community. We messed up. We put a lot of faith in Marvel's Avengers before really getting a lot of information. And I have the Steelbook. I love it to death. I love the Steelbook. Let me clarify that. 100%. I love the Steelbook. And I think with the newest extension of War for Wakanda, I think it can bring some value to the game. It is not going to make that game lovable for me though. I play it when I'm absolutely bored. Out of all these games that I have, that's just on this screen right here, it's not going to beat any of those. I promise you, it is the dead last game that I seriously go, you know what, let me play it. Let me get some enjoyment out of it. Now, when War for Wakanda immediately dropped, I played it for about 2 days, and I grinded out Black Panther, or T'Challa, I should say. And I got him fully maxed out, and I was like, yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to play it unless I just feel absolutely dog shit bored. And, that's the way the games go now. There's not a lot of good games. However, jumping back into Gotham Knights. Woo. Chat, you are in for a real big surprise, because once Gotham Knights comes out, video after video after video will be put out about how much I love Gotham Knights. Even if it is a dog shit game, it cannot, and I promise you this, it cannot be worse than Marvel's Avengers. I think that's the reason why it got delayed, and I think they don't want to put that out there, but I think that's the real reason why it got delayed, also due to some graphical things that they had to work on and some things behind the scenes as well. But I think they saw the tremendous failure that Marvel's Avengers had, and they went, we had a live service game, it was going to be kind of close to Marvel's Avengers, and we don't want that. We want to stay very far back from that. And I'm very excited for another continuation of an Arkham game that's technically not canon to Arkham. I'm excited to play as Batgirl. I'm excited to play as Nightwing. I'm excited to play as Tim Drake. I'm excited to play as Jason Todd. I hope there's more expansion on the roster as we go forward. I hope there's Damian Wayne, whether or not you like him. I hope even that we can play as Batman. Even if you've seen the trailer and he looks like he's dead, I do not believe that 100% at all. I believe he's under the influence of the Court of Owls, and he's presumed to be dead, or he's missing, MIA. And then we're going to have a huge moment in the beginning that's going to show maybe his disappearance, maybe his missing, whatever the case may be, towards the end of the game. If not the ending of the game, you're either going to fight Batman or Bruce Wayne as a mind controlled under the influence of the Court of Owls, or you're going to see Batman emerge and go, the Court of Owls, messed me up, or, I got into a scuffle with them or a fight with them and I couldn't do it. They beat me up and they broke me, so I had to disappear and I had to leave it to you guys. Hopefully it'll be a lot better than that, but I'm really looking forward to Gotham Knights, especially with the open availability of gameplay free roam. I think that is one of the greatest things that games can do, giving the free roam aspect. If it has full free roam like all the Arkham games, you're set. I don't care if it's shit. I don't care. You just give me a free roam. We haven't had a free roam game in a long time besides Spider-Man Miles Morales in the recent years. That's what I want. I want that free roam aspect, and I think it's possible. I think from what we've seen so far, I think obviously once you beat the game, yada. Even if you don't beat the game, once you do a mission, 1 or 2 missions from the beginning, fly around, do whatever the hell you want. That's what I want, at least. Now on the Suicide Squad. There's a reason why I saved this one for second, chat. There's a reason. There's a reason, chat. We don't know anything about this damn game. And that is my answer right there. Am I excited for it? We don't know nothing about it. I'm not doing another Marvel's Avengers, getting my hopes up and going, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be fantastic, and don't know anything. Once DC Fandome comes out, I will do another video explaining either my hype or my regret on what I don't and do like about the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. I will tell you right now, though, one thing I'm very excited about: evil Superman in a video game outside of Injustice. I'm excited for it. I really am. I think that evil Superman is done a lot, and a lot of times because it's done so often, it can be tiring and just very, very tiresome. But I think if it's done right, man, it can be really well done. But because we literally only have a cinematic trailer that I think was 45 seconds long, maybe even a minute, it's not showing me anything, chat. It's not. I'm not hyped. I'm not giving it. I'm not giving it my all. I'm not gonna go, let me throw $300 at that game again. No. Hey, you know what? I take that back. Because it's DC, I would probably, if they came out with a collector's edition and it came out with a statue, you best bet I would put my money on it. Because this, chat, and I know this isn't a Marvel video, but this was the real reason why I bought this damn $200 box. And it is this statue right here. Even if you don't like the look of Captain America, I think that this statue is really, really well. Like, I love this damn statue. Yes, obviously it's not Chris Evans, whatever the case may be. But I really love this statue, man. I'm also a statue person. I'm a Funko Pop person, as you can see. So I think that this, if there's a Ultimate Collector series or Ultimate Collector's edition of Gotham Knights or Suicide Squad or both, you best bet your boy will be picking them up. So that's my take, chat, on those two games. Man, I'm really hoping and praying that Gotham Knights is not bad, as well as the Suicide Squad. I'm really hoping after the tremendous failure or abomination of Cyberbug 2077 and Marvel's Avengers, I really hope and pray video games win, companies win. Let's not do that shit. I really hope and pray. I'm looking forward to it, but and I've got my fingers crossed on, high hopes. I'm not going out here throwing, $1 billion at the game going, it's going to be perfect. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Not until I see it. Not until I see it, chat. And that's why I bought this, because I thought we saw it all. I thought we saw the greatest things that was going to come to Marvel's Avengers. And it made me get this. It was like, oh, okay, what we've seen so far made me get this. And then they showed 2 more trailers, and I was like, oh, damn, I spent a lot of money, didn't I? But that's okay. You live and learn, and you make mistakes. I'm probably going to do it about 17 more times, especially with Halo Infinite, because I'm definitely pre-ordering that damn game, or at least have it pre-ordered already. And you best bet if they come out with a collector's edition, your boy will be picking it up, as well as DC, anything Marvel, your boy's going to be picking it up. Moving into another topic, mentioning the Suicide Squad. How did we like the Suicide Squad, chat? How did we like it? I loved it. I'm not going to go into any spoilers, even though I know the movie's out. And you probably have had your chance on seeing it once, twice, maybe 5 times. I have seen it twice. I saw it actually early on July 29th at the Atlanta Regal Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, which I live in Georgia. And I saw early access. I got a Q&A with James Gunn and the cast. And I was invited for free to go watch that movie. Link to my Instagram will be down below, where I posted my pictures on taking the pictures that I took at the very beginning of the video. Obviously, I was not allowed to record anything, do anything of that nature, but it is over on my Instagram for you to go check it out. I have not made a review on that movie yet, because I want to get the movie for me to remake or make a review on it, because after seeing it the second time, I missed something, and I feel like I'm still missing something. I loved it to death. I think it was a perfect 180 compared to what the original Suicide Squad was. And I'm not going to say that the original Suicide Squad back in 2016 was a tremendous failure, because I'm not. Because I actually enjoyed it, whether you did or not, and whether you enjoyed Miss Wobbly Woo over here doing this. I personally enjoyed it, especially the extended version. Do I hope for the Ayer cut? I do. A lot of people don't. I hope so. I don't care if the script's bad. I don't care if it's, whatever. Put it out there. I think everybody should have the right to their opinion, and I think everybody should have the right to their to what they created, such as Snyder getting his Snyder cut. I fully supported that. If you're going to do something, somebody butchers it, at least give them the credibility or the accountability to go, let me fix it, let me get what I put out. And I hope for it. I really do. I hope that it'll be better than the original, but could be worse, especially some of the things that I've seen. I'm not too particularly happy about, but a person's vision should always be put out with no restrictions. I believe that person. I believe there should be restrictions on certain things, obviously, but think if somebody's going to make it and then they give them the heads up to make it, and then in the end they go, yeah, no, it's not going to be. Screw that. I wouldn't want to be a part of the movie to begin with. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on the Ayer cut. But like I said, I think the Suicide Squad was a perfect 180 of the original, and it showed it what it should have been. But it was also a solid 9.5 out of 10. And I'm only going to say that because one character died that I lost my shit about, and I was very saddened about, because this movie made me like said person that the original kind of made me go, okay, well, yeah, you're okay. Like, I liked his story and why he was in the movie, but this movie made me go, wow, you really care. You're a nice person. You're an awesome fucking person, There was also one person that died in the very beginning of the movie, and I'm not going to spoil who it is, but man, it hit me right in the feels right away. I was like, already, man, you've already killed this person right away. I thought you were going to be later on in the movie, but nope, not a single bit. Nope. No, it is not Michael Rooker. It is not Michael Rooker. Let me go ahead and get that out of the way. I did not think Michael Rooker's character was going to last more than 5 minutes, and no spoilers, but my vision came true, basically. I know that it's not a spoiler. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that happens within the first 10 minutes of the movie. Let's go back to answering some more questions, chat. Shall we? I think so. Let me give my voice a rest for a second. Let me see what's going on the internet. If I can find my damn questions. I lost them, chat. On my Star Wars Darth Vader book. Love this book. I was given it, I think, either a year or two ago, and I love it. You may not know this about me, but I love Star Wars, all things Marvel, all things DC, all things G.I. Joe, Transformers. Just a big geek, man. I'm not limited or subjected to just one category. Certain characters obviously have my heart on a hold, and it's not ever going to go nowhere, such as Spider-Man. Oh man, it is never going anywhere for Spider-Man. But let's get right into the question, chat. So we got 6 more questions that I have in total. I'm only going to read off 3, and we're going to save the last 3 for the ending of the video once we start playing Batman Arkham Knight, which I'm really looking forward to playing, actually. I'm really looking forward. As we push an hour and a half in, I think it's time to take a little Q&A, and then we're going to take a little break for a quick second, and then going to jump right back into it, because I've got some interesting things that I want to talk about, chat. So, first question, getting back into it. And I thought real long and hard about when this person actually sent me this question on if they were being legit, if they were being serious, if they were being comical, or if they were just flat out being kind of stupendous on their questioning. But I figured it out. Some things got worded out differently. That's okay. What is my take on Val Kilmer's Batman, and do I think that he is better or worse than George Clooney? Let me go ahead and get this out here, chat. I think George Clooney is the worst fucking Batman. I think he is the most god-awful Batman that we've had. Bat nipples, that's all he is right there, bat nipples. George Clooney, the bat nipple. I think that he had some interesting qualities. I'm going to say that. But as a Bruce Wayne, did not believe it whatsoever. But as a Batman, I think some of the things that he did were okay. And I say that, and I'm not going to get into why until later in the video. Bat nipples will always be at the bottom. Val Kilmer for me. Actually, in all honesty, outside of every rendition of every Batman, such as animated, live action, voice acting, Kevin Conroy, he's up there, man. He's in my top 4, and I love Val Kilmer. Something about Val Kilmer. There is something about him, man, that I adored. I think he fit that like swaggy, classy, rich boy, cute boy mentality of a Batman, or as a Bruce Wayne, I should say. As a Batman, I think he killed it, man. I loved it. Loved everything about Batman Forever. Loved it. Even if you don't agree, I think it was a really good movie, and I think it's underrated, and I think it's overhated a lot. I know Bat Nipples gets a lot of hate, and that's for damn good reason. That movie just had a lot of problems shot, but it is what it is. You can only do so much, but you live and you learn, and you take with what you get, and you don't pitch your fit, because your boy over here, he's not too entirely happy about every rendition of the Batman, but that's okay. On to the next question. This is another Batman question. What are my takes on Kevin Conroy? That is a dead given right there, and I say this. If you do not like Kevin Conroy as a Batman, voice-wise, you're missing out. I'm not going to say you're stupid or anything like that, because that's not what we do here on this channel. We're not toxic. We're not inducing you to be, or reducing you to being less just because you don't like said thing. But if you don't like Kevin Conroy, you are missing out. You're missing the true potential of a Batman right there, in the voice, I should say. We're not going to talk about Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths. We're not going to talk about that Batman, because that was Kevin Conroy in a suit saying he was Batman, but really it was Bruce Wayne in a damn plaid shirt. Plaid collared shirt. That's all it was. Last question. And this one's actually a little bit of a tricky, and it's got 2 parts to it, and I like that. I like questions that give me the ability to question things. What do I think about the current state of the reboot of the DC AMU, or do I think that the original DC AMU should have stayed and we should have just continued? So there's a 2-part, like I said, to this. I'm not particularly fond of the new animation. Again, animation does not make a movie. However, Batman the Long Halloween, I think the animation looked really good in that movie. But Justice League Society, there's just something off about that movie. However, the original DC AMU, such as Batman or Batman and Robin, or Batman versus Robin, Son of Batman, Justice League War, the Wonder Woman movies, the Batman movies, the Superman movies especially, are really good. I love those movies. Actually, in all honesty, I really do. And I say that with love instead of like or adore, because I think that those movies set up something. I think you take that and you apply that to a live action, you're solid. Give me a Justice League movie where they're all meeting each other for the first time, having to come together for this threat. Then you give them their solo movies. And then you realize the true potential of what these people have, growth and development, things that they learn over time. throw them back into another movie or make them come back to another threat. Do it again. And just keep that cycle going. Obviously throw in new takes. Obviously don't do the same thing 3 times in a row, or twice in a row. But I think Justice League War, I'm gonna get this movie out, chat, because I love this damn movie. Justice League War and Justice League Dark Apocalypse War on Steelbook or Blu-ray just in general, or just movie in general, is the best damn DC AMU team-up movies in my opinion. And I do not care about anything else. I love these damn movies with a passion, especially Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. I think that there's things that we're missing, or that I wish would have happened, or things we could have seen. But I loved them to death. You have no idea. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. I watched that movie 17 times within 3 days. I loved that damn movie. Loved it to death. So I think they should have kept the original animation. But I think the newest Superman movie showed some people some diversity on what's to come. And then Justice League Society was another Flashpoint movie. That's really what it is. It was another Flashpoint movie. And that's okay. You know, we're fine with that. But damn it, man, was that something that I was not... I love Justice League Society. I love it. But out of Man of Steel movie, or the Superman movie, Batman The Long Halloween Part 1, Part 2, and Justice League Society, it's at the very bottom, in my opinion. So that was it for the questions as of right now, chat. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to take a little break really quick, as we're pushing on an hour and 35 minutes into the stream. We're going to take a little break. We're going to come right back. And then we're going to get into some of the good stuff. I'm glad that you guys are sticking around. I hope you are enjoying what you're watching so far. And I'll be back in just a minute. And we are back, chat. Thank you for sticking around. I'm so sorry for that break. Obviously, with the voice going on, got to take a little break here and there. That's okay. As we move forward, though, we are pushing on an hour and 37 minutes, obviously with the break. I'm going to make this a 2-hour long live stream. And then right before the end, we're going to play a little bit of Batman, just to end off the video. And then I will be seeing you guys on Thursday, as I hope to make another video talking about my collection of things that I have DC wise. But we'll get back into that later on in the video. So, like I said, questions are currently done as of right now. We've got 3 more that are saved for the rest of the video, which are going to be at the end. But we're going to talk about 2 things that you may not have even guessed that I was going to talk about. So one of those is Batman cosplay. So I am getting into Batman cosplay again. I have been doing cosplay for quite some time. I have not promoted it. I have not showed it. I have not, done photo shoots or anything. But I have cosplay suits. I am currently waiting on another order of a Spider-Man suit that I have ordered from Spider-Man Homecoming. And no, it is not the homemade suit. It is the Tony Stark Spider-Man suit. So thank you so much for the 1 viewer. Thank you so much for being here, as we just wrapped up talking a little bit about DC and the things that we hope for DC Fandome 2021 coming in October. And it is on October 16th. And I believe it is at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, what is up, man? What's up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. We are an hour and 40 minutes into the stream, but that is okay. We welcome everybody on in, and thank you so much for chatting down below. I've actually never had anybody on any of my videos before chat with me live, so that is a blessing that you are doing that. Thank you so much for being here. And as we continue going on in the live stream, we're going to continue to talk about the things that we're doing. As of right now, we are talking about Batman cosplay that I am currently doing, or that I'm going to do later on in the year, as well as in the beginning of the year. Come around February, things that I'm going to be doing moving forward with my social media, things on this account on my YouTube, things moving forward with Twitch. So we're going to be moving forward with that. However, with the Batman cosplay, as I was talking about before, the Spider-Man suit that I am waiting on is, again, the Stark suit. So I'm waiting on that, and then I'm going to do a photo shoot with that. Hopefully I have some places in my original hometown that do photo shoots, so hopefully I can get in contact with them and do some photo shoots. But I want to get back into cosplay. I have a total of 3 suits now. Technically 1 is on the way. I have a Captain America Avengers Age of Ultron suit, which I paid about $480 for. And I wore it to the midnight premiere of Avengers Endgame, so that was great. And I do believe that is actually on my Instagram. So again, link down below, or will be, to my Instagram that will be down below. And you can check that out. May have to scroll a little ways because I posted it quite some time ago. I also have a Iron Spider suit from One Hero Suits or Sims Cosplay. I cannot recall. And like I said, I have the Stark suit that is currently on the way. I want, and I have, all the pieces that I, needed to find information-wise on the suit that I specifically wanted, things that I wanted to get, the specific, gauntlets, boots, the belt, the cape, all of that. I have all of that already in my history or on my tabs and everything, ready to go when I get the money and the chance to be able to do it. But that is my upcoming event that I am going to be doing. I am looking forward to doing that by the beginning of the year. I am wanting to do a cosplay as Batfleck, but a more dirty down, gritty version of it. Like, I still want everything Batfleck, still want all that, but I want just a little bit more dirt on the suit, or a little bit more wear to it. Not tearing or anything. I just want like some scratches and shit like that. You know, I just want all that on the suit. You know, I think to give it more of that gritty, violent, you know, take on it's been damaged. I want that. That is my upcoming project that I want to work on here moving forward, and I'm very excited about it. And if you guys wouldn't mind following me on Instagram, following me on Twitter, liking this video, you will see the progress and the updates as I move forward. Like I said, later on in the end of the year, as well as the beginning of the year, with the progress and the updates that I have moving forward with this suit. Another event that I do have coming up for myself that I plan to do, I don't know, with everything going on in the state of the world right now, how well that will work out. Next year I want to go to Comic-Con, man. It's been a long time since I've been to Comic-Con, or at least San Diego Comic-Con. I want to go to AtlantaCon this year. However, mine and my wife's anniversary is September 9th, so I will not be able to do anything around that time, as I am aware that it is September 3rd through the 6th, and obviously with the anniversary right after that, I can't spend money in Atlanta and spend money on a suit and everything like that, and my suit may not even be here by then. Go drop a bunch of money there, because obviously I would buy a bunch of stuff and then turn around and then go, do my anniversary. So that's just not going to happen this year. However, the beginning of next year, sometime around March, April, or summer, I want to go to Avengers Campus, and then go to San Diego Comic-Con or AtlantaCon or whatever the case may be. And that's just some upcoming events that I plan on moving forward. Like I said, with the current state of the world, we don't really know, what to expect, what to really do or anything. But that's okay. As we move forward, we're looking for the best positive outlook, and we're looking to see the best in all the negative that's currently going on. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about all that. Let me know what you guys are interested in seeing from me. Let me know what you guys are interested in seeing on the channel. I am also wanting, and this is going to be a second thing, but I'm also wanting to start Lego. I have a bunch of Lego that I have, as you may see in the background on this table right here. That is the only in-frame shot of Lego, but I promise you, surrounding this room, besides the Funko, is Lego. And I want to do reviews. I want to get it, maybe a separate channel, maybe do a separate channel for Lego Geek or something like that. I just want to do reviews. I think that is something that I've always been infatuated with Lego and Mega Constructs. So I definitely want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that community. Definitely provide leaks, updates, things that come out, given the nature of it. And I think it'll come naturally. I have way too many boxes, and I'll move this out of the way. As you can see, that's just the start of the boxes that are down there on the floor, and they're all around the room. But I definitely want that to be a part of something that I do. Like I said, a lot of the Lego is not even in frame, so we're there, chat. If I could show the room, I would. My camera is currently, currently stationary as of right now, and it's kind of hard to adjust. But it's something I've definitely thought about. Something I've something I've wanted to get into for quite some time, for about 5-6 years now, and fortunately this YouTube thing is on track, for me at least. Everything takes time, so I'm not looking to see 700,000 subscribers in a day. I'm not looking for that. but in time things come. So I know the more I put in the long run, it'll come back. So those are two of the biggest updates, if you want to count the all the miscellaneous stuff separate. The Lego and the cosplay as my two biggest events that are coming in the late year, the beginning of the year of 2022, that definitely you guys should be on the lookout for. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be here, chat. I really am. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Even if I get 0 viewers, or if I get 100, or if I get 10, or if I get, 1 million. It doesn't matter to me all the same. I do this for you guys as well as I do this for myself. This is a passion I've been wanting to do for about 7 years. So I'm extremely, extremely thankful for anybody that has subscribed, anybody that likes a video, anybody that comments, anybody that, does anything. Hell, all you gotta do is just say hi. Man, I'm gonna shout you out. Hi back. I love that. I'm thankful that you guys are here. And I thank so much for everybody that tunes in. It truly does mean a lot to me, or watches my videos. It means a lot to me. So, as we are pushing almost an hour and 50 minutes, we're going to dive into another surprise. And I say that as if it's like some glorious thing. However, to me, it's amazing. To you, it may not be. That's okay. My birthday is in October. For my birthday, I am looking to buy a bunch of DC material, or merch, or whatever the case may be. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm looking forward to expanding this room pop culture wise, changing some things around, putting some stuff up that's been out for quite some time. As you may see, this large collection that's in the back there, just on that top shelf at least. That is all the Avengers Endgame Funko Pops. Obviously not in frame of everything can you see, but I do have DC that is on this shelf. All DC is all on this shelf. There's Batman stuff all the way at the top though, as well as all the way around the room, and the majority is Marvel. However, I want to change that up. I want to change some things around, and I'm looking at some things that are currently going on, or some things that are being sold. I'm a big comic book person, so if you guys have any comics that you're looking to get rid of, or you want to trade, or whatever the case may be, like I said, links going to be down below. Let me know if you got anything you want to trade, man. We'll chat back and forth, man. I love comics, and again, a lot of stuff is out of frame, so you cannot see it, but they're everywhere. I promise you. Your boy's got comics, Funko pop culture galore. It is insane with the amount of stuff that I have, including video games, comics, merch, all that stuff. So, come October, I hope to change this room around a good bit and just have more expansion on the things that I have. I've gotten more expansion on my Halo stuff, which about a year ago I lost, or I didn't have quite as much. So now the fact that I've gotten a lot back, or I've gotten more in a sense, I'm excited. And with DC Fandome coming up, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a hell of a year for us fans. That is going to be shocked and in total excitement for the upcoming months, maybe years, with what is given to us, especially next year, because a lot of stuff's coming out next year. And Marvel, you better watch out, man. Marvel, you got a lot of competition. But like I said, things are coming in October. Things are coming in the later part of this year, or in the latter part of this year, especially around Black Friday, Christmas time. And then the beginning of the year, got some things coming. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated, keep you guys posted on what's to come. But as we transition into the final bit of this segment, we're going to talk about we're going to answer the last 3 questions. We're going to go ahead and open up Batman Arkham Knight. Ooh, mind that. We actually got to put the game in. So, as we grab trusty dusty Batman Arkham Knight on the PS4, that has a PS5 upgrade, we're going to go ahead and answer these last 3 questions, go ahead and get them knocked out of the way, and just play a little bit of Batman Arkham Knight, you know. And in the stream on a high note, and definitely in the stream on the best note that you can ask for when it comes to playing Batman, man. You just can't get much better than playing Batman and feeling like the Batman. So, as we transition into that, we're going to go ahead and bust out the Darth Vader book one more time. It's crazy with all the different pop culture that's in the room. It's insane about all the different merch that I have that does not go together, but to me it's who makes me up, so, or who makes me me. So it may be weird that we're making a DC video with a Darth Vader book and a purple pen talking about Batman. Hey, but that's okay. I don't give a shit. I'm here to have fun. That's all that matters. So as we move into the final 3 questions, I'm gonna go ahead and start. The one thing I want to show you guys. 120%, Jack. Can you believe that? Your boy has completed Batman Arkham Knight to the complete fullest. There's nothing that has not been completed. There's nothing. Wow, grammar, Jack. Can you believe that? There is not a single thing that has not been completed a part of Batman Arkham Knight, including all the DLCs, including all the racetrack challenges, including all the, except for 2, I take that back, excluding all but 2 of the, what is it called? You got me in a bind here. The AR challenges. Oh, it's actually saying I've got 18 out of 252. So it is not, wow, I guess it is not complete. Wow, I could have sworn. That is actually my fault, chat. So, hey, but that's okay. We still got 20% on the story. And as you can see, we got the showcase of 147 out of 48. This is all the Batmobiles. Is currently there. The only skin that we are missing, or suit that I should say, that we are missing, and it's sad because you actually have to get 240% to get this. It is the golden emblem Batman Arkham Knight bat suit, where it's basically this suit, but in the middle, where the bat symbol is, or insignia, it's actually gold. And there may be more hints of gold on it, but I haven't seen it in quite some time. But that is the only one that we're missing. As we scroll through, you see that we got all the DLCs, including Batgirl has been finished, so that's on there. But let's go ahead and change out this suit, because as of right now, I am currently rocking the iconic gray and black Batman suit. As we load up the game, we're definitely going to be talking about some more. Just quick little side note, my favorite skin or suit in this damn game, for some odd reason, I don't know why, is the iconic gray and black Batman suit. Second would be the Batfleck suit, if it's ever going to load. And then we have Earth 2 Dark Knight. Really like that. And then we have the Dark Knight Returns. I love it. I know basically the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns and the Batfleck suit are reminiscent to each other. But hey, you know, that's just me. I love them. I love them to death. But you know, can't get enough of them. You know what? We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it. And we're going to answer these questions because you boys got to go to sleep at some point. So this is actually the last bit of dialogue that you get from completing the game. A lot of you may know that, but the bottom title card right there, that is actually everything. That's what Alfred says at the ending of the game once you lock up Jonathan Crane, Scarecrow, and GCPD, and once you complete 100% of the entire game. So where we planning on going, Chad? Or are we just going to take on some thugs? Already, chat. So, we're getting smacked left and right. And Double combo. There we go. Super combo. Chat, let's answer some more questions now. Oh, another super combo. There we go. Now we're getting back into the free flow. Boom! Right there. And that's how you finish off a fight. We only took 2 hits, but hey, that's okay. That's okay.
We can take him.
Ooh. Never mind, we're getting back into a fight, chat. Wow, immediately knocked him down. Okay, let's go ahead and get up here. And answer some questions. Kind of do like a cool pose, I guess.
The hell are the soldiers still doing here, man?
Go ahead and hang upside down for a split second. Say, Batman. Alrighty, so one of the questions that we have from another follower or another fan is Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, or is Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman your best interpretation of the Wonder Woman character, or is there another that you have a fan favorite of? Actually, it's a tie for me, and I'm going to say that the Justice League Unlimited and animated shows, as well as the animated universe shows or movies, is my favorite in terms of stylization. However, Justice League animated actually got me into the whole Wonder Woman thing in the first place. I didn't care for her up until Justice League animated, and even then it took me about a season and a half to really care for her, because when she's first introduced, she is so dumb that she does not have really much hindsight on a lot of things. But Gal Gadot obviously was my secondary, and I'm gonna keep it there. That's not to say that I don't love the other Wonder Woman. It's just Gal Gadot is better in my opinion. So 2 more questions, and then we're gonna do a little bit more fighting with Batman Arkham Knight, and then we're gonna end it off there. So last one, or second to last one, is if I could cast anybody as a specific role for any type of character in the DC AMU or DCU, who would it be and why? So there's multiple people, but I'm gonna break down my top 3. 1, for Batgirl. And this is probably going to throw off a lot of people. But I think Anna Taylor-Joy would be really good as a Batgirl. Or it would have to come down between man, what is her? I think it's Mackenzie Thompson or Mackenzie Tompkins. I would cast her. My Poison Ivy. I actually have 2, so I would either put Megan Fox, or I would put Scarlett Johansson, honestly. And then my Zatanna, which I want to see a live action Zatanna. Ana de Armas. Hands down, don't care what anybody else thinks, in all honesty. That is the only perfect person for that role. You could put Ana de Armas as Poison Ivy, possibly. Or like a Supergirl, maybe. But like, I just think she would be a really good Zatanna. I really do. Batgirl, yeah, I can't say it. That's my top 3 in all women-wise. Now let me do my men's side of everything. So a Damian Wayne. So you may not agree, and that's okay. But the kid that played Bruce Wayne in the Gotham TV show, I think he could do a good Damian Wayne. Or there is an or about this. What's his name, Jack? Oh, what's his name? What's he in? No, not ringing the bell right now. Wow, completely lost that train of thought, chat. For a live-action Nightwing, I think who they have right now as Dick Grayson, Nightwing in the Titans show, which we're going to get to. Don't get me wrong, we're still on track for that. But we're going to talk about it as we play a little bit of Batman Arkham Knight. I would like to see him as a live-action Nightwing or Robin. Yeah. Okay. So then a Two-Face. Who would I like to see? I would like to see Matthew McConaughey. I know it's a very wide fan cast, but I would like to see that. Or the guy that is playing Icarus in Marvel's Eternals. I think that he would be really good as a Two-Face. He has a facial structure. Or Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Stan could pull it off with his critique. I think so. And that's just me. So, we got one more question, and we're going to go ahead and answer it. We're going to knock it out of the way, and then we're going to talk about DC's HBO Max Titans. And then we're going to end the stream after we play a little bit of Batman Arkham Knight. But let's go ahead and jump down. I know you guys are tired of looking at that one view. That's it. So I am using the Batman Arkham video game. And as you can see, once you beat the Batman Arkham game,
You see what that thing does to cars?
120%, you put the snow effect, which I don't like. I'll tell you that right now. Don't like it. That's just because it can be probably going to get some of the performance. Start the game and I don't want to be. I did it once. It took me 2 years to get everything that I wanted. And I was not playing the system. It was just on and off. And then that, I was like, you know what? I've won. Final question. Is how excited am I for Shazam 2, like any upcoming projects that have not been revealed yet, or is there any project that I would like to see that may or may not ever get done? Okay, so a live action hoping and praying they do that. However, just recently, like 4 days ago, they did announce it wasn't going to be live action. It's okay. Whatever. Upcoming projects, Shazam, really excited for. I think Shazam 2 is going to be really well done, but I am not a big Captain Marvel Shazam. Yeah, I don't know a lot. I know a lot about Billy Batson, but other than that, don't know anything. I learned about him after I went through the movie. I'm excited about strike fear into the heart of it. I don't know why we just did that, chat. that was weird. Where y'all going?
You know, I never thought I'd say this.
Wow,
but I'm getting kinda
they really
tired of
ran
all
off
this
from me,
riding.
didn't they? I think they're down here, chat. And that's okay. 4 random thugs.
Scout, it's Batman!
Yeah, they're running, man. Wow. Running.
Man, I
I've
hope
never
CEO
seen that,
tries
chat.
blowing us all to pieces again. Got a mortgage to pay off.
Wow, chat. I've never seen them run. Never seen them run from me on a bridge. Usually they want to attack me. Yeah. So, DC Titans. We're going to talk about this for just a minute. We're not going to talk about this too long. Just in case you haven't
Let's
seen
go see
anything.
the blown up factory. Come on.
DC's Titans. I think so far, with it being the transition to HBO Max, I think it has a really good possibility of being really good going towards the end. First 3 episodes, man, they were throwing me for a whirl. I was excited. I was ecstatic. I was pissed when certain character got blown up. And I don't know how I feel about it. But you know, this show is showing you there's consequences and then there's stakes to be held, and they're not keeping everything so close to the chest. They're making some big moves. I think the first 2 seasons were very lackluster in some things. I'm excited to see more Raven. I'm excited to really see more Jason Todd and more Red Hood. I'm excited to see that violent side of Jason Todd and Red Hood. I'm excited to see how they interpret that. I think it's rushed how they threw in the death of the family, but you can't get everything that you want, and I don't think that if they do a death in the family properly, it would even be good, because that's not something you can really do properly, live action, not unless you have an established universes such as the Bat family and everything going on. However, the first season I really liked. I think it showcased Robin very well, but I think the second season, how he was just Dick Grayson the whole season up until like the last couple episodes. I did not like that. I didn't like it whatsoever. But I'm excited to see Donna Troy back. I'm excited to see Raven. And I'm liking Starfire this season. The first 2 seasons, I did not give a shit about her. Did not care. So far, the episode that was by herself, I think it was called Blackfire, I was really intrigued by that because it shows that there's something going on with her. And I like that. I like that, like, mystery. Connor, I'm okay with. I think he just stands there like really buffed out. I don't like that. He just, he looks weird at some angles. But Gar, man, who they got as Gar for Beast Boy, man, he's killing it. I love it. I want to see more green Beast Boy, and I want to see more animals being formed out of his powers. But all things come with time. But Hawk and Dove, I like them there when they're with everybody, but when they're by themselves, I cannot stand them because they just bitch too much. They bitch and banter back and forth. It's just too much. And Batman, we're gonna talk about that. In DC Titans, I do not like Batman. I like Bruce Wayne. I do not like Batman. The Batman that they've got going on, get it out of there. And what they're doing so far in season 3, basically where he gave it up, cool. I'm fine with that. Give it up. You're old. That's fine. You're not doing a Batman Beyond type thing. That's fine. Whatever. I'm fine with that. You keep that going. Bruce Wayne, you can keep being Bruce Wayne. I like that. But it came to the Batman. I don't care for it. Ever since that first time that we saw technically Batman and it was in a nightmare scene, I was like, we need more of that. Never got it. So I don't think we're ever going to get it unless it's a flashback. They keep mentioning Batman did this, Batman did that, Batman did this, Batman did that. And I just want to see it. That's all I want. I don't care, you telling me I want to see it. So that's my take on it. We are getting another look, I believe, at Titans, I believe, at DC Fandom 2021 on October 16th. So be sure to check back with me on October 16th. I will be live streaming that whole day, or at least a vast majority of that day, of DC fandom, reacting, giving my honest opinions about things I like and things I don't like, things that are coming out, obviously the few surprises, and just everything in general about that day. I will be providing more updates about everything that we talked about in this video in the coming days or in the coming weeks, coming months, whatever the case may be. And I'm glad that you guys stuck around with me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And I will catch you on the flip side. Have a great day. As always, stay positive. Life's hard. It's not looking too great outside, but that doesn't make it. Damn. Be the best person you can be. Have a great day. Stay positive. And I'll see you again later.